Hey guys, Curtis Alexander. I'm a pharmacist. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a natural deodorant that actually works. Now, if you're anything like me, I've been looking for a long time to find or make any sort of natural deodorant that actually helps you smell better, isn't a pain to apply or cause irritation. As you're probably aware, most of the commercial underarm products are nothing but chemical factories. So for me, those were ruled out early on. But I also ran into problems trying to find natural products. I found a lot of them were very difficult to apply, particularly as a guy. You have hairy armpits. It can actually hurt to apply them. But the big thing was a lot of them weren't near as natural as they claimed to be. For example, they had seed oils in them, the sunflower, safflower, canola oil, whatever it might be. Those are not products that I want to eat to get internally, and I also don't want them on my skin. The other thing, a lot of them actually irritated my skin. I don't consider myself to have overly sensitive skin, but they did irritate me. A lot of that I think had to do with the baking soda content. I'll talk about that here in a second. But the bottom line is I ran across this coconut magnesium deodorant. If you're not familiar, this is from a product or a company called Van Man's. Hopefully you can see that. But I've tried a couple of their other products. I've reviewed them here on the channel, including their tooth powder, as well as their honey and tallow balm for the skin. Great products. I will continue to use them. I use them personally. My family uses them. And after a few months of doing this, I feel the same way about this. I want to explain why. I'm going to give you the pros. I'm also going to give you one con that I want you to think about. But overall, it's a great product. And I will put a link in the description so you can go grab this. So first of all, pros. People ask, well, what does it smell like? I'll get to some of the ingredients here in a sec, but I consider it a very light smell. It's not perfumey. It's not overbearing at all. It's just a very light, pleasant smell. I smell a little bit more of a fruitiness. My wife smells a little bit more of a sage kind of smell. Again, I'll cover the ingredients here in a sec, but it is very light, not overbearing, particularly important. A lot of guys are worried about that. Nothing to worry about there. Okay, now as far as the ingredients, they are completely natural. They're all organic. Let's start with it contains arrowroot flour to control moisture, has magnesium hydroxide for odor, organic beeswax, that's kind of part of the base to make the consistency. We have grass-fed beef tallow, very good for nourishment and repairing the skin. Speaking of which, they also include organic shea butter for the same reason, as well as coconut oil for the same reason. So very, very good for your skin. They also include tapioca flour, just like the arrowroot. This is to help control moisture. And as far as the aroma, we've got rosemary and grapefruit oil. I smell a little bit more of the grapefruit. My wife smells a little bit more of the rosemary. They're also antibacterial, so that helps with the odor as well. Coconut charcoal, again, part of the base, and baking soda for the odor. Now, when I first purchased this, I was a little worried about the baking soda. I had mentioned in the past it can cause irritation to my skin. That's not happened at all. This feels really good on your skin. No issues there. So if that's something you're worried about. Surprisingly, you would look at this, it's a 2-ounce bottle. You'd look at this and go, that's not going to last very long. I think this is like 22 bucks. So people look at that and go, well, that's expensive. I can buy a antiperspirant for 5, 7 bucks, whatever they are. Um, this this has lasted me a long time. This is going to last me at least 6 months, maybe longer. I don't know. I use this regularly and I still have a bunch in the bottle. They recommend using a pea-sized amount each time, and that's what I use, but it's lasted a long time. Funny enough, has the ingredients are so safe. One of their marketing things is you could actually eat it. Obviously, you're not going to do that, but that's just how natural and safe the product is. Now, is there a con? For me, it's a small one, meaning as a guy, I have hairy armpits. So applying this can, you're kind of catching it in the hair and that kind of stuff, but it's really not that bad. But I'm trying to be nitpicky and give you a legitimate con. That can be one. Obviously, if you're a woman, you're shaving your armpits, no issues there. The other thing that you need to understand, this is not a con, by the way, but this does not serve as an antiperspirant. Antiperspirants block perspiration, they block sweating. First of all, you don't want to do that. Your body needs to sweat. That's how it gets rid of toxins, cools itself down. You don't want to be doing that. I realize that it's gross and can make you smell. You don't want to do it, okay? Even if you do, you have to apply aluminum containing products to a very absorbable part of your skin, which is not something you want to be doing either, okay? So, like I said, very good product. I've used two others that I've reviewed here. I will continue. I do use them all every day. I just like to share stuff from companies that are doing things the right way. A lot of these companies, I'm not going to name names right now, um, but they started out with the right idea, then they get bought out, and then they start putting garbage in their products. So I would just be really careful out there. I'll put a link to this product in the description. And if it's something you want to try, I definitely think it's worth a shot. And I'd love to hear your feedback. After you use it, did you find it to be helpful? So, speaking of helpful, I hope this was. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.